So yeah, in celebration of the amazing Infinity Global Week, Tesseract Mini Studios have just got done hosting our first painting competition. And no, it's not the one with the controversy. That wasn't us. So anyway, in this video, I want to show you some pretty minis, some cool prizes, and I want to show you a cool little piece of tech that really helped get me over the finishing line with sorting out this painting competition. Let's do it. Competitive painting is a truly, and I mean this, wonderful thing, but that's something that it really took me until recent years to be able to appreciate. Because, well, like many of you out there, I always felt like painting competitively was just a bit pointless. I mean, why should we be painting to impress other people? What do we gain from that? But an outlet that pushes us as creatives to make our best work and put it out there for the world to see is not only an amazing opportunity for personal development, but also gives us, as artists, a chance to inspire others with our work. And when I say I'm a convert, boy am I a convert. I've been competing in pretty much every competition that I could get my hands on, online and in person, and it's taught me so much about painting. And so a few months ago, when those lovely folks at Corvus Belli asked me if I'd be interested in running some kind of event to celebrate Infinity, well, I knew exactly what I was going to do. Very quickly, Tesseract Brush was born, a competition which I put together to celebrate the incredible miniatures of the Infinity universe. And let's be honest, it's not that difficult to want to celebrate them. For years now, Corvus Belli have been churning out some of the finest quality sculpts on the market, and seeing people paint them to their best, well, that was always going to be exciting. And so, without further ado, I just want to take a little bit of time now to show you some of the amazing entries from the inaugural Tesseract Brush painting competition. Now, I'd assembled a little panel of judges for this myself, Pleasant Kenobi, also known as Pleasant Kenobi on the internet, and Deck from Corner Case Hobbies. You probably know both of those people, they're pretty cool YouTube friends of mine. But our job as judges was going to be pretty hard, and I'm sure you can tell that from what you've seen so far. And I haven't shown you the finalists yet, and that's because I was saving them for now, so here they are. These are the 4 entries that we chose to go through to the finals. And the finals was going to be public judging. As I'm sure you can see, whether we're talking about painting, composition, modelling, each of these entries has a lot of time and love in it. And it was with massive pride that we got to promote all of them to the finals. We were really, truly impressed with them all. So, during Infinity Global Week itself, we had the public voting open over on the Tesseract Instagram. Which, by the way, if you're not following, what are you playing at? You should definitely be following Tesseract on Instagram. We post really cool minis there multiple times a week. And yeah, the public response was brilliant. We got loads of people voting for their favourites, exactly what we hoped for. But in the end, it was these 3 pieces from James, Ruan and Cavalan that took the bronze, silver and gold respectively. And just look at them. I've entered high-end global competitions like the Miniature Painting Open by Cult of Paint, and I've seen entries like this perform very well in those sort of competitions. So to have them in my little hokey first-time competition, that was amazing. Now, I've said it in private directly to them, but I do just want to take a minute publicly as well to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of each of these winners. Their pieces were truly outstanding. They put so much hard work into them and they really do deserve a pat on the back. So thank you to all of you. But here's where we hit a problem, because it was now time for me to award prizes. And well, yeah. See, I recently got myself a big old shiny new 3D printer and it works amazing. It's an Elegoo Saturn 3. So along with the miniatures that Corvus Belli had promised to provide as prizes, I figured I could design and print some cool little trophy, spray it up in an appropriate colour, send that off, sweet little prize, well done, congratulations, thank you. Problem is, I kinda suck at 3D design and the image in my head of what I wanted just wasn't transferring down into the software no matter which application I tried to use to design it. And I did try a few, because I do know kind of how to use a few. Now, lucky for me, serendipity was about to give me a little bit of a helping hand, because it was around exactly this same time as I was getting to this point with figuring out trophies and stuff, that the lovely people at Xtool had contacted me and said, hey, do you want to try one of our lasers? Now, I've been aware of Xtool for as long as I've been aware of lasering. And one thing I knew that they specialized in was desktop units, kind of all-in-one lasers, and I knew that they had some fairly compact models. Now, my old laser was absolutely massive. It took up way too much space. You've probably seen it in a few videos. It was a pain, so I asked them if they would be willing to send me an F1, which is a tiny little unit, and they said yes, and a little bit of time passed and it arrived. And it was when playing around with this new toy that I actually ended up figuring out a really cool little idea that could replace those trophies that I just wasn't happy with. Because you see, unlike every other laser I've owned, this tiny little desktop beauty has both a diode or blue laser, the normal type, but it also has an infrared laser, and that infrared laser is particularly good at engraving metal. Now, I'd already had a little play with making these cool Infinity-inspired dog tags, and I suddenly thought to myself, these would be perfect as medals for the painting competition. So yeah, thanks Xtool, you really saved my bacon on that one. I am going to throw a link down in the description below to the F1. I know obviously I've not really told you much about it in this video, but it is going to be making some appearances in a few upcoming videos going forward. So, you know, you can go and take a look now. It is an expensive tool, but if you decide that you end up wanting one, then you know where to get one. Now, the really cool thing about switching to medals was that they're now customizable, meaning obviously the TZ and Brush logo could go on them, but also the second of the two medals could have custom info about the painter or anything that they wanted. So not only did everyone get something that, in my opinion at least, is cooler than a little 3D printed trophy, but they also got something they could customize. Double cool. And that little F1 over on the table there, that ended up just bringing such a positive climax to what was a bit of a bummer realization. So yeah, really grateful to have it. But with the winners announced and the prizes assigned and made and all that, it was now time to reflect on hosting my first painting competition. And that's actually kind of why this video exists. I've recently started to focus a lot more on teaching painting, hosting several classes over the last few months and with more coming up. I realized through the experience that I'm a visual learner through and through, not just by examining the process, but also by looking at the product. I'm able to extrapolate so much information from the technical aspects of both painting and decision making. So not only has hosting this painting competition allowed me to do something nice for the community that I really love and allowed me to look at so many sick paint jobs, which is always fun, but actually it ended up teaching me a bunch too. Being able to take these photographs of these finished miniatures, zoom them in really close, have a look at the decision making, which techniques have been used to apply. It's a really nice process to be able to figure out some of the finer points of miniature painting. I recommend you give it a go actually. So yeah, on a personal note, another thank you to everyone that entered for helping me become a better painter. That's really useful as someone who's starting to teach painting. You know, being good is kind of handy. Also, while we're thanking people, of course, I have to thank Corvus Belli, and specifically Carlos Coney and Belaine, who are the two people that look after me at Corvus Belli. They were both amazing through all of this, made it really, really straightforward, and yeah, everything just got done, and they were great, and they're always great. And I miss those guys, and I hope that I get to see them again soon. Yeah. So as we take one last look here at the winners, I hope that you'll join us for TZ and Brush again next year. I hope that we can run it again next year. I would love to grow the competition into a real premier event for Infinity painting, and I'd really love you all to be a part of that. So don't forget to give this video a like so that people see it, and check out all those cool paint jobs. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new here, because we host hobby content and all sorts of other craft and broader hobby related stuff. And yeah, we've not been uploading very much recently, but we are coming back big time. So now's a great time to subscribe. Until next time, folks, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one, and bye-bye for now.